Boys. Whoa. Let's lock in real quick. Uh, get my levels on here before. What's up, boys? Morning, Angel. Johnny, what's up? Flores. BG, what's up? Alex. Dimitri, what's up, brother? Abias, what's up? TikTok chat. Morning, Johan. Sony, what's up, brother? Black Dontello, what's up, my man? I just made $720 on a scalp. Nice, bro. As long as you followed your rules, well done. Journal it right now. What are your journals? Get better PA. To be honest, I actually do think today will be good, but pre-NFP is pre-NFP is a very, very, very red flag day. Very red flag day. Sometimes everything looks great and they just get you, you know? Does the boot camp start right away? It starts to start right away, yeah. Well, like what do you mean by start right away? Like, yeah, there's gonna be work today, if that's what you're asking. There's gonna be work today. We had unemployment claims at 8:30. That was it. The first full trading week will be Monday, obviously, but I wanted you guys to come before the first trading week, so hopefully everyone was ready for next week. You know, make that clear. Yeah, it's in the Discord. I don't want to talk about it too much on live stream. I mean, if you have questions, you can ask me. How long it'll be open? Um, until people advise me that it's probably time to close. I guess, right? I mean, as long as it's helping people, I won't close. Um, just helping people, it'll be open. How long is Alpha staying with Project X? Um, you got a couple more days to sign up, but they already have a new platform in place, like ready to go. I'm not sure what it is, but you have to pay 20% extra for taxes. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's your country fucking you up. Um, because I've had that issue before. You're probably from we from Germany. You're Germany, and the same thing happened. Yeah, yeah. Yo, why are Germany taxes so fucked? Who's your inspiration, brother? My goals, my goals. What will happen to my Top Step X Alpha account? It'll be transferred to another platform, so you don't have to worry. What's the range today in points? Current daily range? I would just go on the daily chart and measure that. It's not bad. We're at 178. Yeah, 178. Yo, Germany taxes? Yeah, so, Germany, yeah, Germany's taxes suck. Yeah. You think we need to move down to go higher? If you, if we're bullish, I don't want to see London lows get taken. I don't know if we're gonna do the Discord streams. I don't know. What's up with YM lagging behind? Common misconception. Very common misconception. It looks like YM's lagging, isn't it? Right? YM's already taken all-time highs. YM took all-time highs on Monday. It seems like YM's a lagging asset, but it's not. It's actually just going in sync with the other ones because of how bullish it's already been. Does that make sense? So it looks like YM's behind. And you know what? Maybe it is currently moving lower than the others, but that's because it was ahead of the others. So think of it as like moving back. Yep, I'll still be streaming on YouTube. It's just we're going to be doing work right after live stream in bootcamp. And obviously, we'll have to do some classes in bootcamp and reviews and all that stuff. I'll still answer you guys' questions, but it'll be definitely people. How many funds am I currently trading? 9 in total. And I don't really plan to get any more. I'm happy with the 9. Yeah, happy with the 9. Yeah. Yep. Bias. It's possible that the daily chart starts to pivot lower and we go back into this range. I wouldn't look for shorts though. So what I would do today is just see if the market wants to align long. If you want the real bias, I'm expecting a lot of choppiness today. I'm anticipating it to be range bound. I think highs and lows can be up for grabs. This fair value gap piques my interest because of the low in here. We took buy side, there's still sell side. So as of right now, what do I think can happen? I think sell side can be up for grabs, which is right here. And after that, maybe higher or maybe London low. It's not going to be an easy clean. Damn, what is that candle? Can I see that candle? What would your bias be if you were trading? Bullish. I would ideally, what I would do is if a 930 classic model forms short, target the low, I would take that. And if it forms a long from there, I would also take that. Overall, like the way I like to explain it is we're at a pivotal point today. So what I want to do is choose one side. I don't want to look for both sides. In fact, I never look for both sides. Um, I would sit here and wait for a high probability long. That's what I would do. And if it doesn't form, okay, I missed a move or I don't make money. No big deal. Um, the going in today with the expectation to not make money and to not take a trade. That's the expectation, right? Does that make sense? The expectation is I need to do the best I can to preserve my capital today. It's pre-NFP, and we're at a very pivotal point. So this is Nasdaq on a 4 hour. Doesn't look like, it does look like a market maker sell model on the 4 hour. Yeah, you are right in that. Will you trade if high probability comes? There's no high probability set. That's the truth. Believe it or not. If you compare the stream to TGRs, it's worlds in between. I mean, I don't know. I never watched one of his streams, but to each their own. I mean, a lot of people watch it, right? So I guess it's obviously something they like. But again, we don't have to compare. Everyone's just here to do their own on their own grind. Appreciate you though. I appreciate you. Thank you. I mean, if you guys like someone who's calm, um, that's me, right? I'm gonna stay calm, just focus, calm, you know. my values, my priorities are probably similar to most of yours, or at least you want them to be, to manage my risk, you know. Uh, Here about candle news. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by candle news, um, but if you're talking about this candle, yeah, I think that's sell side for me. That's we don't have to go all the way down there, but it's that I would view that as sell side. I'm not sure who PK is, but appreciate you, man. Of all the laws traded, I've seen you the most informative. Yeah, I mean, if you trade ICT and you really want to learn ICT's concepts, I'm not here to boost myself, but it as someone, listen, I'm not sugarcoating anything. I've watched 2022 mentorship 5 times. I've watched 2023 mentorship twice, 2024 mentorship twice, 2016 mentorship 4 times. I've seen all the Forex playlists. I've seen all the live streams 2025 and whatever he's posting now. I'm not here to say that's insightful, but what I am here to say is it is so blatantly obvious. I have not met anyone who I know for a fact that they did not watch all the. I'm not saying they have to, by the way. You don't have to watch any ICT at all. I'm just saying there are traders who teach ICT, and I feel like they kind of give off the energy that they did put in all those hours, and they did not. Like it's pretty blatantly obvious to me that they don't really know what they're talking about when it comes to ICT's teachings. Again, that's not important, right? They don't need to know ICT's teachings. But I'm just saying out there that if you really do like ICT and you want to, focus on his teaching specifically, um, there are a lot of people who obviously did not put in the work. It's very obvious to me. Um, 2023 Noah is really good. It's slow. It's very slow. It's boring, but it's really good because it's so applicable. Everything you learn is applicable. Does that make sense? It's my favorite mentorship. You wouldn't understand 2023 unless you watched 2022, but I really like 2023. NFP is tomorrow. Yeah, my alpha account seems to be. I mean, let me check before I say anything. I don't. I feel like they're working. I mean, yeah, I'm signed in. Looks pretty good. It's moving, so probably good, right? Just a reference point for those of you who signed up for the boot camp. Make sure you connect your Discord, so it puts you in the Discord. 9:30 open. I'd mark regular trade. You're gonna see how sloppy it's gonna be here. There's gonna be a lot of wicks, most likely. Again, just probability speaking. There's gonna be a decent amount of wicks. Mark out your opening range gap. I think it'll be quite wicky. Although this candle looks like it's expanding pretty good, so we'll see. So we trade into org, fail 50, start moving lower. I kind of like that on 3. So we're almost at sell side already. I'll just mark out the gap. I don't have to mark out the sell side. You guys know it's like right there. Going below true day open. We don't really need that. Knowing that we're below org is enough. Nice prediction. It's been 50 seconds. Your video yesterday was amazing on the stocks. If you want, it's in the Discord. If you want to sign up, just make sure you connect your Discord. That's all I wanted to say. Someone asked a good question. Where was it? Ever planning on doing a private mentorship? I'm assuming you mean like a true one-on-one mentorship. And no, I wouldn't ever do that. And if I'm being honest, the reason is if I was truly gonna sit there and take someone and try to make them a really good trader, like I look after everything, like literally just full on guidance to the max. It would take up too much of my time, and I'm not comfortable charging what I would need to charge to give up that much time. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to charge that much, so I wouldn't even go there. It just feels wrong. Um, and I also don't think it's necessarily necessary. I feel like most people don't have to pay for for someone to literally do everything for them. I think it's more impactful to just teach someone how they can help themselves. I mean that's the goal of boot camp. You know, I'm gonna teach you how so you never need. And that's how ICT teaches too, by the way. So uh, teaches how we take sell side there. You won't need anything else. You'll be able to find it, figure it out on your own. You'll be able to improve by yourself. Get paid by yourself. If you copy trade me, you won't have to copy trade me anymore. You'll be your own. Anyways, we trade into this fair value gap. We'll see how heavy we stay. It looks like it's going to be pretty heavy, but I would not trust anything as of right now, given that it's pre NFP. Um, Tends to be a little bit harder to predict. This is the daily FEG. If we're bullish, we should be trading above that. So the fact that we're trading below it right now is a little bit of a red flag. Let's say hypothetically, this next candle immediately expands and we get an inversion fair value gap. That would be a potential good opportunity for org fill. Um, that's something we could tape read together. Already, this candle has not expanded, and it's already failing at CE of this wick. So to me, that already kills that idea. And we'll just see. So if it's bearish, London lows. If it's neutral or bullish, obviously back up. I'll mark out London lows. I wouldn't want to see London lows today. If we get London lows today, then I guess NFP will dictate what happens going forward. But this black line right here, London low, I don't want to see that. I'm not saying I don't think it's possible. I'm saying me personally, I'd rather not see London lows get taken. You bearish? Not necessarily. What would be your favorite slash most profitable ICT model? My favorite model is my 1050 macro protraction. Um, because when it forms with the checklist, the probability is just so high. So I feel really safe with that model. Good to far. When's NFP? Tomorrow. Looks like we'll get London low. Well, it's my model. From ITT's teachings, obviously. ES is very behind. Is there an SMT at the high? Yeah, there is. SMT there. ES is very behind. Um, Let me narrow this down into what do we want to do? I think the 15 is the best. Is there a 30-minute? Let's do the 30-minute. Is there an hourly? We'll do the 30-minute. But we'll see how price trades. Honestly, this looks like London low is going to be taken. 30. You can see we trade up into org, get the SMT strong displacement down, put in a fair value gap, trade back into it, move down. Respect CE of the wick here, move down. That's protraction model right there, by the way. So this would be protraction model. Assuming you were bearish looking for something. Time booster, I start with ICT 2022. If you're completely brand new and you don't know what a fair value gap is, for example, I would recommend core content 1 to 4 months, 1 to 4. Then move to 2022. If you know what a fair value gap is, liquidity, the phases of price, expansion, retracement, consolidation, and reversal, about the kill zones, then you can just go to 2022. London session starts at 2 a.m. Eastern time. The London session, the ICT London session kill zone starts at 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Thank you. Got you, brother. Yeah, Friday we have so much news. ES is not, yeah, it's doing its own thing. I wouldn't use this as first presentation according to criteria, but I would bet you, like, see here, if you go to the 30-second chart, like, this is how I've been doing it. This is your 30-second fair value gap. So who's to say that this 30-second fair value gap is not first presentation? It's technically the first imbalance, right? It's just not the first 1 minute imbalance. So is it first presentation? Doesn't matter. It's like it's the first. There's an imbalance there, and it's after 9:30, and it's pretty much the first one. So the way I see it is, uh, yeah, does it meet the criteria for a 1 minute first presentation fair value gap according to ICT's YouTube channel? No. Does the logic make perfect sense that this is a 30-second first presentation fair value gap? Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I mean, it's there after regular trading hours. You can see how much displacement there is. It came from opening range gap, so it would make perfect sense that if we're gonna move lower, this first imbalance, it's that sensitive. It would be first presentation. So that's my take. That's my take. If you want to go, if you want to be, yeah, it was a beautiful short. You're right. It was very good. It was a very good short. Sorry if it's been asked before, but is the course in the bootcamp different than the one on YouTube? Yes. And the purpose of that is not for me to like hide information from you guys. The one in the bootcamp is a lot more specific. It's just more in detail. That's all. It's a lot more detail. It's 22 episodes, and the reason is, for me to post that much on my model, the sad part is it's just not gonna get that much love. I didn't want to. I wanted it to be short and condensed as much as possible on YouTube because I just didn't think it was gonna get the love that it wanted. So it's somewhere where it'll be cherished. I hope at least. Never heard about Lucid before. Is it a new firm? Not so new. But you can trust them. They're good. Yep, it's uncorrelated. So even if I was bearish, that would be a rule break. Unless YM looks really bearish. Yeah, YM is going higher. So there's absolutely no way I would have participated in anything here. TGR just trolling with 10K viewers. It's so sad. I mean, hey, I think money's probably like a joke to him at this point. Can't blame him. Um, yep, I'm live every single day, man. Yeah, those bots are ridiculous. Like, but I appreciate you, man. I was installing a shelf yesterday. I can't show you guys. I have a pretty small room, but I installed a shelf. I can put all my books there. Feels good. Will your bootcamp cover ICT 2022 or should I still watch the ICT one? If you want to trade the ICT 2022 model, then watch that. But the videos in my Discord or in that section, that's my trading system. You don't have to watch that at all. It's just for people who trade. There's people out there who trade my protraction, my reversal, my classic. Mostly just a protraction, if I'm being honest, and they have their own model. Just saying most people. I would recommend you watch those if that's you. Again, but it's not like a requirement or anything. You could chase support and resistance. It really does not matter to me. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. So we do take out London lows there. Very, very large SMT. ES is barely at the news low. Like ES is trading all the way right here, guys. Right here. So just in retrospect, very uncorrelated market. Was it a nice short? Yes. Was it hard to trust? Yes. Could it move higher here? I would assume so because I don't see how they would stay out of sync for this long. So if we get a CISD, for example, would I take that? Probably not, but, well, on another day, maybe. But on a day to this, no. But could it play out? Yeah, it's good. Risk optimal. Seems like they would be in sync. They would be in sync if NASDAQ decides to move higher. Took sell side. It has to be a clean formation. There's a clean objective in the equal highs org. So, could be a good trade. What is your tier list of IGT mentorships? Um, my favorite one is 2023. The thing is, you won't really get the full benefit of 2023 until you've seen 2022. So, in my opinion, 2022 is his best work. But 2023 is what I feel like helped me the most because it's so applicable. That's the best. That's the best word for it. Applicable. Yes, for tape reading. We can take a paper trade. What is 2022? We're talking about ICT's YouTube mentorships. Hello, friends. Session New York. Yep, New York session today. New York AM session. Also PM session. So ES is moving lower right now. Well, looks like it's gonna make a lower low, just following the displacement. If that's the case, very large down close candle there. A lot of speed through London low. Be a classic sell day. If this is gonna go somewhere, yeah, this would be not good for the daily chart. Because if we're gonna really come back into that range, that means it's gonna stay range bound for some time. This previous day's low, that would be best case scenario in my opinion. Saying I think we're gonna get there. I'm not saying I don't think. Just if we're bearish, I think that's where we're going. We'll see. Nasdaq looks really heavy. No FOMO. Don't feel like I'm missing out. Some people will say that's ridiculous, but I didn't even meet my checklist here at all. There's no way I would have entered anything like that. Just keep in mind, ES hasn't even taken London lows yet. So this is where we see, does Nasdaq flip? I would assume it just keeps dumping the entire day until like previous day's low, but this is where we would see, does Nasdaq flip and start to follow ES, or does ES shit the bed and start to follow Nasdaq? Okay, suspension block right here. This color. London lows is sitting at 25671. Don't look in the video, you're just gonna be sad. 1%, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. Really, Nvidia is just going sideways on the daily chart, which makes sense. Market in a whole is going sideways. I took 30-second protraction to London though. Nice. Hold on. Why not short ES? Again, because I don't know if ES is going to lead NASDAQ higher or if ES is going to follow NQ and move lower. Also, NQ is really a lot weaker asset. Because tomorrow's non-farm payroll, what's a suspension block? It's basically an imbalance with two volume imbalances. ICT would teach it as prices suspended between the two imbalances of volume, if you want to say it like that. It's just one of ICT's PD rates. The reason I usually don't add the new PD rates, but the reason I use this one is because I've been using it, forever. I just didn't classify it as a suspension block, so I don't want to call it something else when it's not my concept. So just giving credit where it's due. I've been using it. I've been calling it a fair value gap. ICT said it's not a fair value gap. It's a suspension block. He created it, or he named it first. So I didn't want to. That's all it is. You're $3 away. Surely you can catch 1 point on the Nasdaq, right? I believe in you, bro. You can catch 1 or 2 points on the Nasdaq. How low do you think we can go? Previous day's low. That's about as extreme as I'd expect. I just catch 120 pips. Enjoy your day, lads, and good luck, love. Appreciate you, bro. What is a suspension block? See how this has two volume imbalances? One volume imbalance here and one volume imbalance here. That price range from imbalance low to volume imbalance high, ICT would classify that as a suspension block. You're looking to trade or not really. It's not because of market conditions. It's because it's non-farm, the day before non-farm payroll. Previous day's low is at 527, correct. Funny how much easier it feels missing a move when you already decided you're not going to trade. It's so easy, right? Yeah. The thing is, people always come with the mindset that they're going to trade, which is why it's so hard to miss a move. You said you're not going to trade, you miss a move, it's discipline. You come in looking for a trade, you miss a move, you have to catch it because you came in. I have to trade. It's all about mindset. Question block. You serious? Question mark. Laughy emoji. Yeah, I am serious. Very serious. Yeah, looks like we'll pivot higher. Yes. So scenario two, ES looks like it wants to lead the longs. Would I ever trade on it? Probably not, but it'd have to look something like this. Probably get org fill if it's gonna be bullish. Not a bad trade. It's risk optimal. Annotations are slightly incorrect. So this is previous day's low. Previous day's high. That's your daily FEG. There's nothing incorrect. Keep in mind I'm on the micro. It could be slightly different on the mini, but let me check. Yeah, on the mini it'll be 529. Daily SIBI, slightly different. Just keep in mind I'm on the micro. I just want to make it easier on myself. Ideally, you do chart the mini, but I'd rather just make it easy on myself. Wish NQ took the buy side before coming lower. Yeah, that would have been a lot better if we filled org and then ran lower. There was SMT, but points. No, it's like 2 points difference. 527 versus 529. This could be a protraction model. I don't like to. So if you guys know, I call this a fast protraction. It's really high risk to reward, but a lot of the time you do get stopped before the move happens. It would look like this. If we close above this candle, see how like it's one candle, the same candle you're entering on, and putting a stop loss at. It's like, oh, the OB forms right away. That would be that. Assuming it forms the order block. Um, it's a hard. I don't really take those trades on live stream because the win rate's low, even though it's still profitable, and it's really just not worth it. But for those of you who care, probably like 5 of you, whenever you see that one candle that forms the OB, and then you're entering on it, and your stop loss is it as well. Again, the OB didn't form, so this is not. You wouldn't have taken this, but assuming price came here, one candle is your entry and your order block. It's really high risk to reward, but the stop loss is tight, and you could get souped. But it's worth it because the risk reward is always gonna be like 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Like it can be really high risk reward. So what I would look for here is see if we get a breaker. Do I think we're going to? Probably not. It looks still really heavy. Couldn't even get above the suspension block. Could even form the OB here. Probably gonna see an inversion fair value gap here. Maybe not, but I think it's likely. Couldn't get back above London highs and stay above it. So no real bullish signatures in price. Not as of right now. Yeah, I think we continue lower too. 30 days after. How long do I have to sign up and activate funded? I think, yeah, 30. I don't know if you know. Japanese yen hit. Nice, that's cool. YM said YOLO. Is YM pumping? Yeah, that's so weird, eh? Very nice protraction, 936 on YM. Yeah. So what tends to happen, I'll just say it now, what tends to happen when you see this lack of sync, eventually they're going to sync up. So if YM's pumping and NQ is really low, I think either we'll see, like one of them is going to sync up eventually. I think it'll be NASDAQ going higher. I really don't see us just selling off the entire day forever back to NWOG. Is it possible? Yeah, NWOG's possible, but because it's pre-NFP, You got a code with Lucid. For one, you don't need to trade with them to have a code. Um, Two, you just you literally just go on their website. You click like apply code. They gave it to me in like three. Literally took like 30 seconds. So I don't know if it's automatic or I don't know. They had my name green flag next to my name. This would be a six sister approach. So if you were bullish on the day, this would be a six sister approach on the Nasdaq. You know, you just say one trade after one account, and just to make it clear, I really do like Lucid. The only reason I'm not trading with them right now is one, I'm not purchasing any evals currently, and two, I'm happy with my funded loadout. Assuming, let's say something happens, and for some reason I don't have any more Top Step fundeds, Lucid would be replacing my Top Step accounts. So I'm still gonna have the Alpha accounts, and I'm still gonna use Take Profit Trader. This would be a protraction model long. Um, I'm still gonna have Take Profit. I'm still gonna have Alpha, but what I would do is what's it called? Change Lucid for Top Step because I think Lucid is a little bit better. You joined the narrative DC. What's the narrative DC? Oh, yes, you should have access to a private section. I just wanted to keep it simple. I could make it a separate one if that's what you guys prefer. Um, but I figured most people would just prefer this. Doesn't matter to me. If we get OB here, that would be protraction. This would be an immediate rebalance. I don't think it's gonna hold, but let's say hypothetically that this candle body stays above this candle high, and quickly this candle moves up quickly. Then that would be an immediate rebalance. So far, seems to be occurring the way as an immediate rebalance. You also notice the volume imbalance here. Yeah. So this would be technically a valid protraction model. You'll notice suspension block here as well. It'd have to still get above this high for me to trade it. What again? I wouldn't take this trade, but hypothetically, another day, another time. Yeah, it looks something like this. Really good risk to reward. So what can you do? Take it with one micro, risk $100, right? You have the potential to make 300 money without pyramiding. Pretty crazy. Um. Anyways, we never got the order block, so it wouldn't have been valid anyways. Trading back to IRB, that's a super red flag. Like, not red flag of not being bullish, red flag of either being bearish or like consolidating. You would not want to see that. Why not for easy payouts? Apex good. Yeah, bootcamp starts today. Um, Apex is a good option for beginners who don't want to spend a lot of money on the account. But if you have a little bit of money to invest and you're trying to get a payout, Apex is not the easiest firm to get a payout with. It's really more so if you want to scale and get a lot of accounts. Why is your 1 minute different than me? You could potentially be on the NQ mini. Should be the same though. The chart I'm looking at is MNQH 2026. I'm looking at the 1 minute chart on the mini and it looks pretty much the same. So you must be on the wrong chart. Yeah, you must be on the wrong chart. I'll be straight up. 4.5K. Yeah. 4.5K. Yeah. You have a pick with Ali? I have many picks with Ali, yeah. The opposite? Yeah, yes is doing its own thing. YM's even more opposite than both of these, so. So there's gonna be. Yep, we can hop on call today. First bootcamp call today at 12. Maybe we'll do. 12, probably around 12. Some fake bull flag. I mean, there's no real confirmation here for a long, anyways. I mean, not for me at least. My balance is 53004 because we said 50. I need to lose $2 or come back tomorrow. Uh, Wait, what are we talking about eval here? Because that should be fine, bro. They have a little bit of a buffer where you're fine. What prop firm is that? No. If you're looking for reversal, you have to either wait for the CISD or take protraction. It's not valid setup for me. I will check Discord. Which chat am I looking at? Yeah, you should be fine, Lori. It should pass. If you miss it, it's not a big deal. It's all going to be recorded and it's all going to be posted. The main takeaways from the call are just going to be to mainly answer any questions, introduce people to the Discord and what to do. And what we're going to do from now until Monday is, what's it called? What we're going to do between now and Monday is prepare you guys for, no, for proper tracking so that I can actually help. No, the boot camp's now free. It's going to take way too much of my time. Yep, we can call on weekends too. It's gonna take like I'm gonna be giving like hours every single day. Am I bullish? Nothing here looks bullish right now. Do I think we can go higher? Yes, it's possible. I would give it a second, Lori, and just see. Now, usually standard they give it to you right away, right? 50.02 should be fine. I mean, you can lose the $2. It shouldn't be that hard, right? Just enter with like one micro on ES. Don't do NQ. How much you risk on every trade? 1%. 1 to 2%. Damn, I got quickness inversion. We'll have to wait till CPI to maybe save the EVA. It's not a bad idea. Is there a chance I put up on street? He doesn't live. He lives in California. Sometimes he does come in chat though. He might be watching right now. Do you trade in the video? You do. This is what I would tape read. This is a good 1 hour setup. This is a good eval trade in my opinion. Evals. If it stay low, that 527. TradeAbit won't let you log in. Most likely, I mean, what does it say? I'll like actually accept this tape read, and if it loses, I'll claim it as a failed tape read. This is the first setup that's actually worth tape reading. Hmm. Just announce the call there. Hmm. Obviously, it's possible we get a breaker here, but this just looks really heavy, which is why I'm comfortable tape reading this trade. Notice how I said tape reading and not placing. Um, Comfortable tape reading this trade as a 1R setup. Obviously, it could be a lot improved. You could have been really aggressive with something like this, and it becomes a 2R setup. But I would do it like this on eval. Are you using live account? Not today, but in general. Yeah. Today is just tape reading. Today I'm just tape reading. Is it bad if I use multiple entries? No, of course not. Would that be bad? Why aren't you trading? It's the day before non-farm payroll. There's 3 days out there that I simply will just not be trading. And that will be the day before non-farm payroll, FOMC press conference morning, and Fed chair. When Fed chair has like an actual speech, you really want to be waiting for that. I will have to sign the contract and activate the account. Well, it depends what firm. Alpha Futures is 30 days. Is that tape read low of day? This is currently low of day. My objective for this tape read is previous day's low. And like I said, you could really, if I was, pretend I was actually taking this trade, where would my stop actually be on a fund? It would be right here. That's where my stop, technically, according to my model, needs to be. But on a day like this, and I want to have trying to do a successful tape read, I'd want my stop to cover the entire leg here. So this is how I would want to tape read it. If that makes sense. This is a 1 minute chart on the micro Nasdaq. If someone's still in short from here, that's crazy. Good for you. Tape reading all day, yeah. Today's like a hard rule for me. No trading today, like very hard rule. I haven't traded this day in like 2 years. Pretty pretty anticipated deep retracement. Why no trade today? The day before non-farm payroll. This happens every month. It's so funny. People always ask me the same question. Yeah, no. Today's just a tape read day. I'm happy to sit here and outline where my model would form, read it to the best of my ability. But generally speaking, the day before non-farm payroll is just very unpredictable for me, at least. You know, and it's not easy. Like, okay, in hindsight, this short was really nice. Look at the S&P 500. That short, sure, it delivered very nicely, but there was no real reason to assume it was going to deliver very nicely. At least not beforehand, right? The S&P was very choppy. YM was very bullish. Just to put in retrospect here, this is YM. Okay, only up. This is ES, only sideways. This is NQ, only down. So even if I was trading today, none of this would meet my criteria because of that lack of synergy. Am I going to miss moves because I require a synergy between the markets? Of course. Is it going to help me manage my risk and take better quality trades? Of course. So I'm happy to have that sell out. Yes, I trade NFP. I like trading NFP. Yep, because of the news tomorrow is so impactful, it tends to make the day before a little bit uneventful. And when things are uneventful, it's harder for, I can't say for everyone, but in generally speaking, it's harder to predict. Um, the things that you would normally see where probabilities hit is low. Looking at this now, the longs do look pretty good. I'll just let it hit and we'll call it a failed tape read. I don't journal my tape reads, but if somebody wants to keep track, I'd view that as a failed tape read. And then I'd probably tape read the long. Because assuming we get the breaker, which would be here, I would also tape read the long. But I'll wait for that to hit for sure, guarantee. Make the higher high. Why don't you compare NVIDIA and NQ for trades? That is very not so accurate. Um, the lack of synergy is very low compared to ES. Like, there's a lot more in NVIDIA. Like, there's a lot more in Nasdaq than just NVIDIA, right? Okay. What I would do now is tape read the. Actually, wait. I probably still wouldn't tape read the long. I'd just wait for another tape read short. But this is a bullish breaker, so if you're bullish, it's a pretty good sign. Someone's laughing really hard. I don't know why, as if we lost money or something. Can't even take a tape read. No. SMT at previous day's low, which is crazy. There's no SMT at previous day's low. Oh, there is SMT at previous day's low. Oh, just to make this for this is Tuesday's previous day's low. Previous day's low doesn't necessarily mean like the day before. Previous days, previous days is highs and lows. So yeah, I guess I should have annotated as Tuesday's low to be specific, but I'm just looking at this as previous day's low. You lost money today too. What do you mean two? I didn't risk any money today. I take a lot of pride in that. You know how comfortable this is right now? Very comfortable. I think yeah, I had the SMT annotated already. You're not trading the rest of set. I was never trading today in general. No trade day for me. Right? Day before non-farm payroll. Haven't traded it in 2 years. Not gonna start today. To be honest, I still think this can go lower. I wouldn't even annotate this breaker because it's 250.50. What's today? Today's the day before non-farm payroll. In other words, tomorrow I give this speech every single time. Yes, I can be specific about my daily low. Sorry, that was probably confusing for some people. Um, I still think we're bearish. If I had to pick a side, it is more 50-50 though. Is London also unpredictable? London's actually the better session to trade when it comes to stuff like this, but I mean, I just don't trade it. It's one. There's 2 days out of the month I don't trade. Two. Can you explain? Okay. Tomorrow, in retrospect, the first full week of every single trading month on the Friday is non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll is an economic event that provides probably one of the most important economic news that influences. I don't want to say influences price, but it's significant news. It's very significant. It's one of the most significant news drops that comes. It's very important data that comes once a month, every single day. Um, every single Friday of the first week of the month. That's tomorrow. Okay, what does that mean for today? I Again, this is from ICT's teachings, but obviously I've backtested the last 5 years, and it's very it's very obvious that it's relevant. When there's so much priority on tomorrow, there's so much events going on tomorrow, it makes today uneventful. What does it mean for it to be uneventful? I find, and ICT teaches, that it becomes very hard to predict. I don't want to say it starts looking random, but the things you would anticipate to happen do not happen. You know, it's over hard to predict. Are you gonna miss moves because sometimes it's really clear? Of course, that's gonna happen always. But overall, generally speaking, it's really hard to predict price action on the day before non-farm payroll. So me, I haven't traded this day in the last 2 years. I'm not gonna start trading this day, and um, hopefully that makes sense. I'd rather save my capital for tomorrow. You know. Someone said, "What's your win rate on NFP? Do you trade right before?" I never trade the day before non-farm payroll. On NFP, I don't trade before 8:30. I rarely trade pre-market anyways, but specifically on NFP, you do not want to trade pre-market. Come after 9:30. Let the news do its thing. Come back at 9:30 or 10. Appreciate you, BG. How long will the boot camp be? I guess until you guys get paid, right? That's the goal. I don't know how many people are gonna join, but let's just say, I don't know, 50. That's what I'm expecting right now. Um, Try to get you guys paid, and when you guys leave, I guess more people will come, and then we'll just have to restart. So I don't know. Kind of depends. I don't have any like time on like closing it and everything. Yeah, the boot camp's live. Really rather not talk about it on live stream. It's in Discord. Yes, it's gonna be paid. The only reason it's gonna be paid is because it's gonna take like 2 to 3 hours out of my day every single day minimum. So there's no way I can just give that much time every single day. It's not gonna be like, of course, follow. No, no, no. Every day we're all showing up and we're putting in hours. Um, and I'm the one person who has to show up every single day and put up hours. So you can join anytime. Um, I'm pretty sure only Germany charges the taxes, Sonu. I don't think like people in US they don't have the taxes and stuff. There's a demo on Quant Tower, only has 3 pairs. Do you get more options when you're on eval? I That's Lucid demo. I don't even know Lucid offered that. Are you starting with the general ICT or more complex? Um, the goal is not to teach ICT concepts. The goal is to teach you specifically how you can get a payout. The goal of the boot camp is to get you your first payout or first couple payouts. Or if you've been struggling to get another one, that works too. That's the only goal. That's the main goal. I'm not promising riches. I'm not promising, anything besides. I'm not promising that, but that's the goal. That's the goal. One goal. Try to get you guys your first couple of payouts. How long should I be journaling? Until you finish. I don't know. Depends how long you take. Takes me about 30 minutes a day, I'd say. Yes. For those who want to learn my model and need a strategy, listen, the goal is to help every single person get a payout. So if you don't have a strategy, well, that's where we're going to have to start for you, right? All the resources will be there for whatever you need. If you don't have a strategy, my entire strategy will be there for you. If you want to learn mine, you don't have to learn mine. You can learn ICT's 2022 strategy. I'll help you with that too. No problem. If you want to learn support and resistance and stuff, you're going to have to learn that on your own and then come back and I will help you master that, I guess. I am going to offer, it depends how many people joins. There's a video that explains everything that I posted. It's going to be exactly, if you, again, I don't want to talk about live stream for this exact reason. If you guys are really curious, it's in the Discord, and there's a video that explains exactly everything. I'm not gonna try to convince you that you need it. I would recommend you watch the video. I literally show in the video exactly what's gonna happen. Exactly, word for word. I show you everything. It's exactly what you can expect is in that video. So if you watch that video, then you'll know if it's something that's gonna benefit you or not. And if you don't know, you watch the video and you don't know, there's a weekly. It's a $15 week or $40 month. So $15 if you want to, if you know, to see if it's worth it for you, you can always do that. And generally speaking, for most people, I mean, $40, $50 for most people. Obviously, for some people it is, but today's a no trade day for me, and I'm not too convinced that this is gonna actually take out the buy side yet, to be honest. So, which video? The video is when you click on the link, you'll see the page. You're gonna see a screenshot, and there's gonna be a video next to it. Lucid have a trading demo account. I'm not sure, to be honest. Sorry, I wish I knew. I have a question. So I set a market order at the low, but for some reason my order was filled above. Yeah, you placed the wrong order type. I can almost guarantee that. What's your average risk reward? Depends on the model I'm using. Um, right now, the last two, or I guess last month and a half, my average risk reward is around 3. It's been pretty good. Because of how I've been able to cut my losses. So, yeah, that's the last month and a half. Is that my average over the last 2 years? No, probably not. Why isn't you in long? Today's a no trade day for me. And even if it was a trade day for me, I wouldn't be too convinced about longs. Hey Gaddy, my question is how important to take trade in specific times? I meant to ask when for you. For me, it's very important. It's actually a criteria for me. Um, generally, if you're trading anything between 9:30 and 11, the trades are going to be really good. If you see like a proper setup that meets all criteria, it's going to be good. Yeah, I'm leaning more towards continuation shorts, but it's pretty 50-50. It's pretty 50-50 in my opinion. And I say that just because this absolute massive 15-minute Sibi and the breaker here, I think that'll be respected. I mean, there's a chance. I don't think anyone can say so obviously bullish, so obviously bearish. The one thing is, ES is obviously bullish and YM is obviously bullish. So it's possible Nasdaq's doing some catch up here. Do you intertrade on ES or just NQY? Nope, I'll do ES sometimes too. Sometimes YM. Honestly, I have to do a little bit better in trusting YM. That's something I made early annotation for on Monday. Is 102K0 alpha best option after 50K payout? After first 50K payout, I would go for 3 50K zeros, floors, and then when you're comfortable, make the switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's awesome. Over how many trades? Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't understand. Equal highs, Asia high, London high. Yep, they are all there on the Nasdaq. That is true. In the macro, what we can expect price to do to move into draw and manipulate. Um, Good question. In the macro, you can anticipate a price run to liquidity or imbalance. So what does that mean? In other words, keep it as simple as this. If you're bullish and the macro moves lower to take out sell stops or enter a bullish fair value gap, that's the macro offering you the setup potentially long, right? If that's already happened and then the macro gives you your model and you're bullish, it's probably going to run towards a target, right? Sometimes, most of the time, that's what you can anticipate. In other words, expect the market to move inside the macro. Just understand what can it move for and why. Um, as you asked me about key times, for me, every single macro after 9:30 and every single 30 minutes after 9:30 is a key time for me. So 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, so on. She needs 2 chats, one for talking to Gaddy, one for talking to everyone else. Looking for shorts, yeah? Um, no, today's a no trade day for me. If you want to ask me what I think is likely to happen, I would assume we're more likely to go down than up, but it's pretty 50-50 if I'm being honest. 10:06 entry long, 2-day open, 2-day open, 10:06. It's not a bad trade. It's not bad. I don't think a long or short is bad right now. I'll be honest. Like, can anyone really confidently say? Okay, I'll tell you guys how I see it. Just straight up how I see it. We're so heavy bearish on the Nasdaq. Very strong displacement. We have a huge 50-minute imbalance with the S&T still there and the breaker here with Tuesday's daily low. Okay. If everything else looked like this, I would be bearish. The only thing that's telling me we might be bullish is because ES and YM are bullish. So it's possible that Nasdaq wants to play catch up and do what the others did. You know, I think that's possible. However, it's also possible that the others break down. So it's like really 50-50. I'm leaning a little bit more towards lower because no, honestly, it's so 50-50. Like there's really no way. Straight up, it's 50-50 for me. What is your opinion about short on ES if we inverse 3 minute? I would need to see a breaker. If that formed a that's okay. What do I think about a 3 minute? I'll just answer your question. This 3 minute right here, this small 3 minute. Yeah, if we got a break lower, it could be a good short. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. After taking buy side here, if we break below that, say below this low at 10-11, could be a good short. Yeah, I think it's a solid idea. I would take it on Nasdaq, but you can short it on ES, I guess. Where do you put your SLs to break even? Is it based on how far the market moves in your favor? Um, there's two things that'll tell me where to move my stop loss. One, I always want to move my stop loss to a level that I would not want to see price go there and stay in the trade. So let's say, for example, I was in a long right now. I would put my stop loss right here because this is a bullish order block. And if we're going to make a lower low at this point in time, I don't want to be in the trade anymore. I'll accept it if it wants to sweep me and go. For example, the second reason I would move my stop is for money management purposes. Let's say I took a trade, I lost $100. I take another trade, I'm up 200. I'll move my stop to guarantee I'm break even on the day, and that'll be a money management based decision, trying to manage my capital. So, trying to manage my risk based on my previous loss. So, most of the time, I'm going to put my stop loss where it makes sense, and I'm putting my stop loss at a price level where if price reaches my stop loss, the trade's probability decreases significantly to the point where I would not want to hold anymore, right? If we're long here, if we're long here, I really think this can go all the way up to like 25,830. So that is one upside to the long. Like I think it would fill up all of org because it's very likely to take 930 high. And if we're gonna take 930 high, I would just assume we get the extra 25 points and fill org. Also, these equal highs here are pretty smooth. It could be a full daily flip. Like if we're gonna get all the way up here, depends how comfortable you are with the stop. I think we can run out the high day. Uh, and that's possible. So that's one upside to the long. If it's gonna play out, right? This low should be safe for probably the entire day. If that's happening. Stats on returning to org. I have a lot of stats on org return. At this time, I don't quite remember if I'm being honest. It's quite a bit. Quite a bit. You're thinking about ESL. I wouldn't think about it right now, but if we got a strong break, then maybe. Just finish the video. Get you can pre-watch all videos regarding your PO3. What do you want me to talk about? If your goal is to learn my system, yeah, you can just watch it. You would just watch that in your own pace, and obviously I'll be there to help you as you go on. It's not like, okay, guys, watch episode 1 today. No, no. I'm gonna help each person individually. You think about ESL right now? Yeah, it would have to break lower. Do you have a video explaining your model? I do on my YouTube channel. Its value, you should understand most of it. Would you not look for longs to Asia high? It's very possible that we get longs to Asia high. It's pretty 50-50 for me though. Look, you can even see, even chat's 50-50. Even chat is 50-50. You think about ESL, Asia equal highs on ES, bro. What do you mean shorts? Like I said, drawn liquidity's previous days low. There you go, perfect. Yeah, so if you want to learn that, you'll find value in that for sure. I can just tell by the way we talk. And obviously, if you have questions, just ask me. We'll make sure you master that. Once you get that, then we move forward. Next step. From my experience, I would take everything you can. $1,000 a lot if you're playing. Yeah, $1,000 drawn is a lot. Just another group making more money on courses and not trading. Sure, man. Appreciate you watching the live stream, though. Asia equal highs on ES, bro. What do you mean shorts? Again, for me, it's 50-50. I'm not saying longs or shorts. Today's a no trade day for me, regardless. So, what do you think is better, watching and taking notes on 2022 and 2023, or joining the community? If you have no ICT experience at all, do you want? I can give you. Like, it honestly depends where you are. Like, if $40 is a lot for you, then just watch 2022. But if you're gonna feel like you need help with 2022 and understanding the concepts and applying them, journaling them, studying them, then I would recommend you join. I mean, that it's what I would do. Hot. I'm not sure his preference. I think it's Michael. Keep it simple. Watch the video I posted. The video will explain exactly what you can expect. Once you know exactly what's going to happen, then you can very easily decide what's better for you. How many hours the video is totaling to? It'll be about 10 to 15 hours, somewhere in that range. And you're hating every day, making more money on courses. Bro, this is my first ever course. I made $300. There's like 10 people. I'm not expecting even more than 50. I mean, yo, it'd be nice. 100 people would be great. That still would be like $4,000. So it's really, I know to a lot of people that's a lot, but yeah, it is what it is. People are gonna hate regardless. Thank you so much. If you have any more input, let me know. Now I just need to be patient and not rush the payout and just trade well. Yep, don't need to rush it. I'm still buying it. If you think it's gonna help you, sure. I mean, keep in mind, Sonu, there's gonna be a lot of stuff in there. Maybe not a lot of stuff, but there's gonna be some stuff that you can always feel free that if you need to skim over or fast forward, you can do it, right? If there's something you very clearly understand already, don't watch it, right? No need to double down unless you feel like you need it. You take a trade? No, today's a no trade day for me. Why does Trader Base slipped me? Yeah, reviewing is always great. You are right. Um, why did it slip you? There is very little spread. The slippage shouldn't be that bad, especially not right now when the volatility is this low. So, I'm in a similar situation right now. I just got through my standard accounts. I'm planning on risking 500. There you go, bro. Well done. Lori's been killing it. You've been here 6 months. Yeah, I've been here 2 years, and this is something that's gonna take like, I don't think you guys realize how much time this is gonna take out of my day. It's gonna take a minimum of 2 to 3 hours out of my day every single day. Minimum 2 to 3 hours. At that point, that's like minimum weight, like like if it's gonna take 2 to 3 hours out of my day. How did I feel after my first payout? I felt like I was invincible and I could make as much money as I wanted. I was wrong. Are you guys good? First time watching since New Year's? Welcome back, brother. Nice to see you. Financially, that's not worth it. Exactly. It's not worth it for me. So unless I can get like 50 people plus, it's not really worth it. No trade day for me. Bro, I'm just confused. I mean, financially speaking. Obviously, am I doing it for the love of the game? My goal is to try to get like 50 to 100 people, which would be not bad. Um, just trying to find a win-win for everybody. I truly do think I can help you guys get your first couple payouts if you can put in the work. I think it's going to take 2 to 3 hours out of my day for me to help you to do that. Why don't you scale up to 5 or 6 micros? You make good trades. Because it's risk management that's going to keep me profitable. So that's just too much out of my drawdown that I'm comfortable risking. 5 to 6 micros would be anywhere risking between $250 and $500 on a 50K account, and that's just a little too much for me. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Like I would have to win a lot of more of my trades, and I don't think that's reasonable. Yep, tomorrow's a trade day. Tomorrow's NFP protocol. Where are you from? I'm Arab, but I live in Ontario. Doesn't sizing in make you more selective? It doesn't matter though. Like, okay, it does matter to a sense, but all the trades I take are good. I'm already selective with my trades. If I was just to size in and be even more selective, it doesn't necessarily mean like that it's going to play out. You can take the best trades. Sometimes I take trades that look really good, and then you lose. Sometimes you think a trade is really good, you size in, and you turn out to be wrong. You're like, you know what? Shit, this trade was not that good. So you're trying to make more money, but the way to do that is not by risking more, percentage wise, at least. You know? Yeah, you can join just for a week if it's for you. That's why the weekly option is there. Depends how much you feel you need. I also don't want to rob anyone. So if you feel like it's truly not worth it, or you don't know, okay, join for 1 week. See if it's something you're gonna want, and if it benefits you, then you can stay. If it doesn't benefit you, obviously I wouldn't want you to stay, right? Again, I'm the goal is to help you guys get paid. So if you feel like it's not helping you, yeah, don't do it then. Straight up. Are you an Arrow Prince low key living among us? I wish, bro. I wish. Last week was tough. I'm down 1K. Last week is in December, like last week of December, or last week is in like the last couple of days. Am I with RY with funded accounts? It's worth risking 0.75 to 1% a trade. If you feel like that's worth it, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't disagree with you. After stream, first call around 12 p.m. Eastern time. Yes, 12 p.m. Eastern time, first stream or first call. I posted the agenda in the Discord last couple days. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, it wasn't easy. You would have I took a lot of trades that would have lost, but I was able to manage my manage my risk. How long is the call? Depends how many questions you guys have. As opposed for what I want, um, it'll take only around anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes for me to get what I want to say out. For you guys, this is that breaker. For you guys, it would if you guys have questions, then I'll answer all of those. The maximum it'll take will be on. Oh no, there's no maximum actually. Today's, so where would you take profit on short? Previous day's low. Tuesday, previous day's low. I'm still holding that short on my live. Nice. Hey guys, is there a deadline on? There's no deadline. It's gonna be open 24/7, and you're not gonna miss anything if you join late because everything will be there. And like I said, it's gonna be tailored to you. So don't worry about what someone else is doing. Someone's gonna join the boot camp and they're gonna just sit there and watch my videos on my system and ask me questions. Someone else is gonna join for accountability. Someone else is gonna join so I can review all their trades and review all their journals. Someone else is gonna join so they can just ask me questions. Someone else is gonna join because they're completely lost and have no idea what to do. Some people are gonna join because they need a plan for their trading, a risk management plan, a system plan, a strategy. And I'm here to take care of all that, whatever you need. So I'm gonna join just to see your face. See, you got this guy. This guy's a millionaire. He's just here to see my face. Yep, I'm gonna do that for everyone. That's the goal, exactly. So I guess it is a sort of a group boot camp. Um, I'm not gonna sit there with every single person one on one every single day, but the goal is I'm gonna help every single person with what they need. You know, if we get speed to that 5 minutes, maybe we should be home. I think it's gonna deliver anyways. If it was bullish, I don't think it would have done that. But in this market, where do you place the discount and premium? Also, for simplicity's sake, I would tape read this short. So we took one failed tape read short. This would be a second tape read short that I would take. So say you entered here and you got 2R. So tape read before anyone copy trades. I would tape read this short, meaning I'm willing to see, like, you guys get what a tape read is, right? Again, I don't journal my tape reads, but if I'm in a busy, yes. In this market, where do you place the discount and premium? In this market, I'd use this price range. So the entire morning session range. This is the morning session high. This is the morning session low. That's your low. That's your dealing range and your AM range. This is a perfect scenario of exactly where you'd put the premium and discount annotation. I'll leave it up there for now. My narrative was wrong every day. I get the high R trade. I just missed the entry. It's tough. See, some people need help with stuff like that. Everyone has a different problem, you know. No, today's a no trade day for me. So just tape reading. Gotta drink this water. I gotta work on my water. You trading on Q? I'm tape reading on Q. When we have questions after the call, where can we reach out? The best place for you to reach out would be in the Discord section that has questions. If you want it to be private where no one else can see, then you can just message me privately. It's gonna say that you're boot camp, so you're automatically gonna be, I don't say like prioritized, but like prioritized. Like I'm gonna be forced to answer your questions first because I do get a lot of DMs, obviously. So if it's a private question, message me in DMs. Um, if it's not private and you want the fastest, best response, for retrospect, I'm also gonna have 2 or 3, maybe 4 people who I've worked with in the past over the last year, um, and they've been able to get payouts. If you guys know, I'm not gonna hide them. If you guys know Toxic, you guys already know Jerry. He's pretty active in the Discord. Um, they'll be around to help as well should things get a little bit out of control. Um, teacher assistant, yeah, pretty much, I guess. They're good guys. They're like, yeah, they're good guys to ask for advice to. They trade similar to me, so similar models. If you have a question on my specific model, though, please ask me. I don't like when people ask other people because some people get my model wrong. This is gonna be a failed tape read too. Um, I would tape read the long here, if I'm being honest. I think that's worth tape reading as well. I would just flip that because that's a 5 minute protraction that's forming, and that's a lot of displacement higher. You took the long, nice, good luck. As long as you followed your rules, and there's nothing wrong with either thing you're trying to do. What do you think shorts now? Initially, and then I saw that. So not trying to hate, but this teacher I tried to slow down. That's funny. Makes sense. I was 2% now break even. You was up 2% now break even. Good question. If we buy into premium, why would we decide to come down again? Okay, the first thing you need to understand is one, this is the most important part. The market is predisposed to go somewhere. Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, for simplicity's sake, I told you the market was going to go. Let's just say up here. Let's say this white box. If I told you the market's it's going to go there, guaranteed, not ambiguous, then how would you view this price action? Well, we returned into premium, but then we had a retracement back into discount of the entire range and this range, and then this would be offering. This is where you can run a deviation, and this would be offering you the setup towards that target, right? That's what this would be. Because again, remember, the market is already predisposed to go here. You already know it's bullish market. So that's how you have to view the price action. It depends on your objective, your bias, and your narrative. You can't just simply look at it, oh, we traded premium, therefore a discount. That's only if you're bearish. If you're bullish, you wait for it to come back into discount and you take a setup towards premium. Because there's always going to be both sides. You get what I'm saying? There's always going to be both sides. So you really have to understand where it's likely to go first before you look for your setup. I got cooked today. That's it for me. Yeah. Yeah. I usually get cooked when I trade this day, if I'm being honest. Sometimes you do get a really good setup, but you take anything. Today's a no trade day for me. You'll never see me trade the day before non-farm payroll. Yes, long 61.5. I need to know the candle somewhere here. Yeah, it's not bad. It's the same setup here. I would prefer it on Nasdaq because I think ES has a chance that it goes sideways. But equal highs or equal they're very important. Yeah, equal highs and lows are very important. But yeah, no. Today's a no trade day for me. Just tape reading. We've had, I guess the second one was technically not failed, but it probably will. Two failed tape reads, and now I'm tape reading a third trade. Maybe we'll go 0 for 3 on tape reads. Hey, what's good, Manny? Miss you too, bro. Are the quadrants on the NQ previous day? No, this is opening range gap. You probably won't see me mark out wick quadrants on the daily unless there's a very obvious 50%. I don't know why, but I'm married to shorts. I'm pretty 50-50 still. Made 23K today? You just had to drop that in chat, huh? Just a subtle little flex. Congrats, brother. Well done. Do you care? Yeah, no, of course. Very important. You entered ES longs. Good luck, brother. 1040 you entered. Nice. Good luck. An ES to draw towards. Yeah, I guess Asia highs is still there, right? That's a pretty smooth Asia high. Yo, ES longs looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the risk to reward is, but seeing those clean equal highs in Asia, I guess the risk reward is not the best, but that's 1.1 R. You can maybe squeeze out more. It's a decent setup, I won't lie. Breaker midi, we might fall more. Yeah, again, it's still pretty 50-50 for me. As much as I appreciate all of you guys telling me bullish or bearish, literally everyone in chat is also 50-50. So I'm not sure how to respond to everyone. For me, it's 50-50. I'm leaning more towards longs now, but if the next price leg does this, I lean more towards shorts. Like, so it's literally 50-50, you know? 3-minute IPG, I'm trying again. Good luck, Percy. Technically, that tape read still hasn't failed. You are correct. You know, I did purposely put my stop at the high, so technically you are correct. How did you think the daily candle will close? Oh, I never try to predict the close. I'm assuming it. Good question. What I'm assuming what's gonna happen on the daily time frame. Let me not lose those annotations. I think we're gonna stay range bound, and I think that's why we saw such a big move lower today. Is because the market doesn't seem to want to expand yet. Um, we're really been stuck in this range, and I feel like we will until maybe NFP. So we took previous week's high, possible previous week's low, and generally speaking. So does that answer your question? Yeah. You know what? We're not even going to be tapering at this point because this is just brutal. Like imagine we were trading today. Imagine I was trading today. Like how much mental capital I would have just lost. Forget the actual money. Talk about mental capital. How tilting would that be? You know. Again, I don't know if I would have taken any trades because I would argue that there was never one clear-sided narrative. But let's just say hypothetically, brutal, in my opinion. Call multiple shorts. Good job, Mike. I'm full tilted. Yeah, see, I'd be like Valentino right now. What you reckon about S&P plus IFG short about to form right now? Um, again, my personal opinion is that the narrative is very 50-50. I don't think any one side is more obvious to me than another. Um, I see really good long setup and I see really good short setup. The most recent thing that's happening is the short setup. But overall, I am slightly more bullish because of how bullish ES and YM are. I think it only makes sense that Nasdaq wants to catch up with the other two. Um, that's just me. Just me personally. Currently trading, and it's very draining. How was yesterday? We made money yesterday. Yesterday was not bad. We were close to making a lot, but we made a little. What is MESH? It's just a micro ES on the Marshall livery contract. I took opening shorts, bad fill, ended up pitching the wrong stop loss, got stopped down, then it dumped 150 points. Yep, PA's back to the NFP tomorrow. Exactly. That's why I don't trade today. Just wait till 11 a.m. for confirmation. Sure, it's possible. Guys, ever since I started working out before going to trade, I haven't been emotional or not in the month of recommending trading it up in half time. I definitely agree. I definitely think the gym can build good discipline. In short since 10:30. We'll stop here, I'm guessing. Hopefully that doesn't get you. Traction short on the M5. Yeah, it's definitely forming up for traction short. It's already formed on the 1 minute. And it would be valid because we never invalidated this civvy. So it's valid. Is it valid to mark out 8 a.m. low and high based first liquidity off that? Yes, but it'll be more impactful sometimes than others. Please answer, sir. Can I start with ICT 2024, which he did for his son? I would not start with ICT 2024. I would start with ICT 2022. Someone sent in chat. They sent an application to McDonald's. I think they were not finding it too easy today. Don't blame them. See how chat's doing. How did everyone do today? Did you guys all short or take trades? I think we might need to wait for PM session for a price. Just out of show of hands, if you want to be transparent, how many people traded today and are low key like very frustrated with just how things went? Like, assuming you lost, obviously, and just in general, like just frustrated. Me, break even. Okay. 1.6% loss, down 900. Me, good thing there's a daily loss limit. Me, but not frustrated. Okay, that's good. I'm completely frustrated and full tilt. Break even kind of made me mad. Definitely traded today, but not frustrated. It's all part of the process. Nice, bro. This whole week's been shit. It's not been an easy week, I would agree. Own $20 right now, just got in short. Traded, but I made 1K during London, so I researched my capital. I trade options. I don't trade options. No trade trying to implement portfolios, mostly copy regardless. No, it's valid, bro. I mean, you start there and then you improve and you do it yourself. I asked, chat, what did they do? Someone sent me this. Yeah, it's frustrating unless you got in early, obviously. If you got in early, well done, I guess. Favorite to enter longer 10, 11, and to break even. I'm selling. Sure, should I hold? I would hold if you want my personal opinion. Um, I would hold. It looks like I said that here. I'll say it again. Again, could be wrong. Looks like Tuesday's low might be the draw. And drawdown on my account first week. I'm down. My take as confirmation. I should not trade the day before non-farm payroll. Even if it's a good day to trade, generally speaking, guys, it's good to have days where you're like, you know what? I'm just not gonna trade today because you know how comfortable it is to just sit there and like miss a move. Like someone in chat said it best. It's so easy to miss a move when you already knew you weren't gonna trade today. Like it's really common. You just get to sit here and watch. And you can see how frustrating it would have been. I've already failed 2 tape reads. Okay, I didn't risk any money, but even that's a little bit frustrating, and I didn't even risk anything. That was no one said it well, and it's good to have days where you can just reserve your capital and mental, like, because imagine you lose today. It's not about today. It's about going forward. Say you lose today, now you have to come back tomorrow knowing that you lost today. You also might have just went on tilt and blew up today. Okay, are you gonna blame today's price action for that? No, that's on you. You shouldn't have blown up. Even if you lost, the risk should have been managed and it should have been a part of your protocol for regular loss. But I don't know. Yeah, it is lonely. You really do want to find a community or at least someone. I accidentally took a trade on NQ instead of MNQ, lost 2,000. We've all been there though. It happens. That's also a part of the process, if we're being honest. I genuinely think every single person has probably done that at some point. I've done it multiple times. Yeah, this short does look really good. I suppose we can try one final tape read for the stream. I put my stop here. I mean, my entry wouldn't have been here. I'm putting my entry here. I don't care what you guys say. That's for the protraction point. Okay, that's your obvious protraction. So yeah, it's a little bit delayed tape read, but there's no way I'm putting my entry over there on that tape read. I think it was Justin Really who said that. Valid. Yeah, he has a lot of good advice when it comes to psychology. I've heard his speeches. Also, I break even right now. If I get break even, I'm done. Also, 1050 macro protraction, so I mean, obviously the best setup that's formed all day. Clear. This is a tape read again. Hey, look tricky, no trade. Good job, Mateus. You can tell us about your journey. Um, Started learning ICT July 2023. I was studying for around 6 months. Then I got my first eval January 1st, 2024. I passed my first ever eval in 1 month. After 3 months of eval, I got my first payout March 2024 with Top Step. Thought I was invincible. I was wrong. Failed my next 2 accounts. Then I got another payout in around May 2024. Then I had a couple break even months. I was basically had like break even, one payout, break even, one payout, and it was a lot of break even months for me at that time. This is all on live stream, by the way, all on live stream. I've been live streaming for like 2 years. And we're taking it. Today's a no trade day for me. Um, and then on top of that, once 2025 hit, that's when things started going a lot better. Um, there was less break even. I never really had losing months, but that's just because I was really patient with evals and prop firms in general. This PA looks bullish. Of course it does. Yes. David for NFP was focused to going on my stock position, didn't even take. Emerald, are you toxic, bro? Or are you someone else? I always confuse it. You are? Okay. Oh, I genuinely always know. Boot camp starts today, by the way. I'm gonna do a call at 12. But I know when I should do though. I don't do it, but rest of it really makes you stay down. Bro, what got me break even again? Think we can pyramid here? We'd have to get another protraction. So let's say the next candle. I'll be honest, guys. This taper is gonna fail. I think we all know that this is not gonna play out. So there's no point in me going down the scenario of where I would taper it. Hypothetically, if the next candle does some crazy stuff and we inverse, sure, that's a pyramid. Safe to say, I'm very happy I took no trades today. 3 for 3. I think we're 0 for 4 actually, if you right, because technically we had that short and then the second short, which technically never failed, but let's just say it failed because I switched the long short. Yeah, 0 for 4 on tapering. Best part to me personally, C40s. The bootcamp is 40 per month or 15 per week. You think there's a possibility to go to Tuesday daily low? I honestly don't want to answer any more questions about where I think price is going to go. It's 50-50. That's the only answer I can give you. I think it's 50-50. If it doesn't, if it still somehow to you doesn't seem 50-50, this is the cleanest fake price action ever. And this is by the way, what's the first thing I said on live stream? You know what I said? I was like, sometimes everything looks so good, and that's where they get you. That's the first thing I said on live stream. They said, why are you not trading today? And I was like, the day before non-farm payroll, sometimes, you know what? It looks so good, and that's when it gets you. When you guys ask me what is bad price action, this shit is bad price action. Because they genuinely give you speed, displacement, clean fair value gaps, and everything just so nothing happens. Just so it goes right back into the range. This is price action where if I trade, I will lose 2 trades most likely. I will lose 2 trades. I probably wouldn't have been able to manage risk on any of these setups. Maybe reduce loss a little bit, but that's probably going to be two losses for me if I was to trade this. Hopefully not 3. So I'm happy I didn't trade. When people ask me what do I think is bad price action is not consolidation, because you can avoid consolidation. This shit was giving you like really good textbook setups on like paper, but it's not going anywhere. You feel me? So that's the first thing I said on live stream. That's where they get you. Looks really good, and then it just goes right back into the range. How many protractions have formed that went nowhere at this point? Should we even bother count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, and now looks like we may even get number 5. 4 protractions. I would have had to fade them all. There's no way I would have. I definitely would have taken a loss. I don't see how I would have faded 4 protractions. It's possible. What do you think about the trades? Giving me times now. I like that. 950. Took a short at 950. It's not bad. You want my honest opinion? If you took a win today, maybe I'm coping. I don't want to hate on anybody, and I don't want to take away anything from anyone. But if you took a win today, I personally view it as a little bit lucky. And I say that because I've watched a lot of pre NFP days. And yes, there were some nice legs. And I'm happy that you followed all your rules. But this could have happened at any time, you know, in my opinion. So I'm glad there was some nice delivery. But what happened on ES, you wouldn't have made money on ES, right? No way you would have made money on ES. That could have happened at any point today. That could have happened. If it didn't happen, it doesn't mean again, I'm not trying to take away anything from anyone. But if you're here and you're watching the stream diligently, it means you probably respect what I have to say. And I'm telling you guys this from my experience. I've seen it so many times. This or what happened on ES, nobody would have made money on ES. At the best, break even. Surely, right, I don't think anyone's here to argue that. Maybe if you took 10 a.m. protraction long on ES, probably still break even. But maybe you made a little bit of money. Sure. That one setup on ES, not bad. Thanks to macro, protraction, some sort of. It's the only leg that actually went in one direction. Besides that one little tiny price leg, which by the way is really only like 10 points, so it's not bad. That could have happened at any point today. Luckily, on NASDAQ, we actually saw a prolonged price run lower. But who's to say that what happened right here, which is 1 hour of price action, didn't happen, like, could have happened anywhere here. It did it on ES. So, in my opinion, yeah, it's a little bit lucky. NASDAQ saw a nice, very nice delivery. Very nice. This is very nice delivery. Perfect, I would argue. In the first 30 minutes. ES went sideways for the first 30 minutes. And I feel like that could have easily happened on the NASDAQ as well. So, just generally speaking, you want to be cautious, right? Not lack of knowledge, but up undisciplined mind might even push you about the not lack of knowledge, but undisciplined mind. A lot of things you think it's discipline, but it may not be. It may not be. A lot of people think what they lack is discipline, but really it's just your mindset is not in the right place. The second one, though, first one I should have closed, but I was too confident about previous days. It's hard for me to judge the trades. I can judge the setup, but like I said, today, in my opinion, someone asked me, what if a high probability trade forms today? Will you take it? And the answer I gave them was there are no high probability trades today. Impossible. Because I know this is lingering. And at any time it could really do that and fake me out. So how can there be a high probability trade? But to answer your question on the setup you took, just candle for candle, assuming everything is fine. You said the second trade was 1030 CIST. Short. Yeah, that's not a bad trade. I was tape reading that trade as well from the 15. That's a good setup. If you want to go based off setup, that's a good 1030 setup. Tomorrow's a trade day for me, yes. Okay, so sweet. So people who won today suck at trading and just got lucky. Yeah, I don't know why you're adding so many words. No one said suck at trading. I'm just saying today, if you made money, unless you're a scalper, but I'm assuming most people who made money today, they caught this short or a little piece of the pie of this long. And that's great. I'm just saying that this consolidation right here could have occurred at any time. It could have given you a nice setup here and then went sideways. Could have given you the nice short here and then just went sideways. Obviously, that can happen any day, any time, but it's a lot more likely on a day like today, right? It's a lot more likely. So I'm not saying you shouldn't have taken those trades. I'm not saying you shouldn't have made money. I'm just saying going forward, be cautious because you can see now how sometimes really good setups form and nothing happens. It just goes sideways. That could have happened at any point today. It just so happened to happen going into 1030. If you look at S&P 500, look at the first 30 minutes. It doesn't look like this. S&P 500 goes sideways for 30 minutes. Why today? Today's the day before non-farm payroll. It's one day every single month that has a higher probability chance of something that looks like this. What was the entry in the 930 short first protraction? What did y'all take? I'm assuming someone took either a protraction off this fair value gap or they got in at 938 after that candle went up. Those are the two. We actually tape read this trade, by the way. I did say that this was a protraction model, but whatever, we won't include that. How soon can I get it on the 101? Could probably do it today or tomorrow. We'd have to figure out a time that works for both of us. Is it okay you weren't proactive? It's okay to say you weren't proactive on the day, though. Win is a win. You are right, right? But the goal isn't to win today. The goal is to win consistently going forward. So as much as I seem like I'm a hater, genuinely I'm just looking out for you guys. What matters is if you didn't lose. Yeah, that's what. Sure, if you want to go based on today, what matters today, you're right. That's what matters today. But again, the goal isn't what matters isn't what happened today, right? What matters is what's gonna happen going forward, right? So I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Going forward, you know, potentially something that may be able to improve on. Take care, Abraham. I'm not joking. Go serve yourself. Write a piece of paper. Everything that you know for a fact. Matchcone, are you joining boot camp? Because if so, I would say you just gotta send me all your journals. I think you believe the issue was discipline, but I don't think it is. Personally, I don't think it is discipline. I think your mindset probably towards something, whether it's chasing, like getting money or something, is wrong. Yes, classic model is in there. Everything's in there. Literally everything. Who, me? Yeah, you. I don't think it's discipline. You seem like it's a discipline, but it's not. It's because, okay, for example, let's just say someone in their mind believes that if they take trades that they're gonna make money. But then they say, "Oh, I shouldn't trade today." Is it discipline that issues them? I don't think it's discipline. I think it's the fact that they believe that if they trade, it means make money, or they believe in order to make money, they need to take trades, or they believe that if they lose and they can take a win after, it's a good way to make money. But that's not true. You know, there's other deep rooted things that's discipline's like a safe general. Oh, I'm just not disciplined. You keep telling yourself that, you're probably never gonna improve for most people because people keep saying, "Oh, I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined. I need to be more disciplined." You're gonna be saying that forever. You're gonna say that every day for the next year, and you're probably gonna feel like you can just for some reason never be more disciplined. What if it's not discipline? What if there's just a belief that you have that's misplaced or a value that's misplaced, right? That's what I think is probably going on. That's the way I see it. What mindset should I approach the market on a daily basis if I have to make money today? No. The mindset is I have to not lose money today. The goal is I want to preserve my capital today. I don't want to take a trade. No, I do not. I don't want to lose money today. I want the market to give me a reason. Gatie, take this trade. That's what I want the market to tell me. The goal is to not lose money. Any decision you make in trading, if your goal is capital preservation, you will be successful. You will be. But how do I call a problem when I don't know objective rules? Like I said, that's why I was asking. I'd have to see your executions and your journals. But I believe the answer is in there for what you're looking for. How do I call a problem when I don't say? So you say you don't even wait for a CISD. Okay. For example, let's say your model says wait for a CISD. Okay. And you take a trade without waiting for a CISD. Okay. Ask yourself, why do you think you're doing that? In the exact moment you made that decision, why did you take a trade before the CISD? But you know the CISD is coming if it's going to form, so it's not FOMO, right? The CI, say you wait for the candle to close, even if it takes a minute or two, the trade's still going to be there, right? It's not going to go away, unless are you like hyper scalping where your TP is like 1 minute away? Exactly. You're probably doing it for a better risk to reward trade, right? You're scared price will go quickly and you're going to miss it. So, in other words, you're worried that your stop is going to be too large and your risk to reward is not going to be that good, right? I'm assuming that's what we're going down. It's not going to be an optimal risk to reward. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a simple question. Do you think that you take a trade early because you're trying to get a more optimal risk to reward? So you're telling yourself at that time, you know what? I know I'm taking it before the model forms, but I do think it's going to form strongly, and I'm trying to maximize my and optimize my risk to reward. Is that a bad thing? I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Everything aligns. You just need the CISD, but you're trying to maximize your risk to reward and be optimal. That's not a bad thing. Why are you beating yourself about that? What I would more focus on is, how do I know if this is the right time to jump the gun on the CISD? You know? Because if I do this every single time, it's not going to benefit me. But if I can find a way to dictate, you know what, it's probably going to form here, more likely than not. So I'm going to jump the gun. I'm going to enter before it forms because I want to manage my risk better. That's literally what you're saying. But you're beating yourself up about it, saying it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. You just need to know when to do it and when to not do it. It's not a bad thing at all. You're trying to manage your risk better. Or better yet, how should I do it? You want to front run a CISD? Take it with half risk. Say, okay, I'm going to jump the gun. Let's go half risk. And if it forms, I can add some, one or two contracts back into the trade. You know, you think you're breaking rules. Maybe you have set the wrong rules for yourself, right? Maybe you need to set a rule where, okay, take the CISD if it forms. Maybe that shouldn't be a rule for you. Maybe the rule should be you have a clear objective and you need to wait for enough conviction in yourself. And if you want to front run the CISD, do it. As long as it's benefiting you long term. If it's going to give you 1 hour extra to front run the CISD, long term, that's going to help you. But you need to know how much you're going to risk, right? When are you going to call it quits? Because if you're going to front run the CISD and you don't see immediate, you said, remember, you're fearful. You think it's fear, but it's not. You're fearful of it going without you. Okay, so front run the CISD. If it starts to continue and go without you, hold the trade, right? Hold it. But if it doesn't, you cut it early. Because remember, you're front running. The reason you're doing this is because you're anticipating the market to speed up and go quickly. So you're getting into the trade, okay? But if it doesn't do that, you cut the trade early. You cut your risk. You say, you know what, I was wrong. It's not going quickly right away right now. So you have the right mindset. It's not discipline. You set a boundary on yourself that I don't think you should set on yourself. And obviously, if that's something you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. Do it correctly, right? How much are you going to risk? Where are you going to put your stop? When are you going to call it quits? When are you going to do it? And when are you not going to do it, right? Those are the kind of questions I would ask you. That's basically what bootcamp's going to be, guys, by the way. So, going to be going break even early on the front one CST short saved me lost it. There you go. Yeah. That's not good psychological. I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but no offense, probably not going to take your advice. Getty, here's my thoughts before entering second tree. I think the setup was really good, Myth. The candle, the way it formed, the setup is decent. But there's a couple things. ES wasn't looking the best at the time, given that it just took out sell side. I get that you believed in Tuesday daily low. I also believed in Tuesday daily low. The setup was good. If that's what you're looking for from me, the setup itself was good. Is it a setup that you would want to trust on a day like this, especially when ES and YM look like that? Probably not, but that's up to you. 2.5R average after taking partials good. That's beyond good. It's beyond good. Bro, 1005 CISD IFG. Nice. That's why I cut it out. Nice, yeah. It's good management. Yeah, ES looks awful. It looks awful. I get a break even, I swear I'm done. You said that last time, Percy. I think you said that last time, buddy. Gonna be early on a front one CSD short statement. Yeah. How do you mentally stay sane when your model is having a bad month? What keeps me sane is my risk management. Just because the model doesn't perform too well doesn't mean my ability to manage risk doesn't perform too well. It's a good question. How do you stay sane? Well, experience, because I've had bad months before and I've bounced back. I've had losing streaks, bad ones on live stream. Everyone sat here and they watched me lose. It was not fun, trust me. But I bounced back, and that builds a lot of strength in my mind and a lot of more conviction. I already had a lot of conviction through that loss streak, but now I have even more. And the more I do it, the more I will have. So it gets easier with experience and time. But the better answer I would tell you is just because your model has a bad month does not mean it has to be a losing month or that much of a red month. You can find ways to improve your risk management so that it doesn't hurt so much. Um, yeah, this is what I mean when I say technically I feel like I'm good, but sometimes when I'm at peak power. Yeah, I think I still think deep down you still have that goal where your main goal is to pass. If you feel that's happening to you, you're still chasing passing. You're like, I gotta pass. You gotta repeat to yourself and believe, like truly believe that that's not what you're trying to accomplish here. That's not the goal. That's everyone's goal. Everyone fails, and that's everybody's goal. It cannot be your goal because you will just be like everybody else. No offense. I say that because that was me. So mainly confidence in the model performance for a larger range of time. That's what keeps me like yes, that's what keeps me sane. But Ezra, you make a good point. If I was down 10% or 20% in 1 month, would I be mentally sane? No, I don't think anyone would be mentally sane. No one wants to be down 10 or 20%. So what's the answer? You have to find a way to manage your risk and preserve your capital. Because I would not be mentally sane if I lost, 10, let's say like 10% in 1 month on my live account, for example. Or, maybe 10% is fine. Let's say 15%. If I lost 15% in 1 month on my live account, I think I'd be mentally sane. I'd be like, well, I obviously did something wrong. Am I going to go crazy and start doing random stuff? No, obviously not. But the point I'm trying to make is I'm not going to be down 15% on my live account. Why? Because I have things in place. I have a risk management system that's going to protect me from that happening. So if you feel yourself going mentally sane, it's probably because you're losing too much money. You know, say you had, $10,000 in your account and you lost all of it. Are you going to be mentally sane? No, nobody expects you to be mentally sane. But you're not supposed to lose all the money in your account. So obviously, it's how much money you're losing. So my advice to you is you have to improve your risk management. You got to set parameters so you don't have to get to a point that's driving you mentally insane. If you lose 3%, or say you lose 3R on your account and you're like, I'm starting to get like it's tough. I feel like I'm giving up. 3R loss is too much for you. You got to cut your risk. It's too much, you know? For example, I'll give you a good example. I have 100K accounts. I risk around 250 per trade. 200 to 250. If I lose 3 trades, I don't feel any type of way. That's nothing. That's not even a fourth of my drawdown, right? I could lose 5 trades. That's a fourth of my drawdown. A fourth. And that's 5 trades, fully sized loss, which you guys know me. I pretty rarely take a fully sized loss. Sometimes, maybe half the time. But you get what I'm saying? So I could have a really bad month where I'm down 5 losses. I still would not be really mentally sane because it's managed. It's easy for me to come back from that. You get me? Yep, 0.25, exactly. How much would you trade on a 50K account you plan on taking 2 days a day no matter what? Um, Two options. I I do that for the most. I mean, I don't do just 2 trades, but I allow myself two losses. I would risk $150 per trade. Yeah, that's what I would do. Trade up. Anywhere from 100 to 200, I think is a good range for me. I like more 100 to 150. People are gonna say that's bad for prop firms, but that's just me. 100 to 150 is so solid for me. It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm so comfortable losing. I'm almost excited because it's so easy to bounce back. I don't feel any weight on my shoulders like I need to make back this money. For some people, that's not a lot of money, but start copy trading then. You know, you don't have to increase your risk. You can increase your capital. What's good, Jordy? Jordy easy. Evals are a different story though, right? 0.25% is 0.25% on 25K count will be tough. I wouldn't do that. I would just do like $100. Like you're gonna trade 1 to 2 micros every single time on a 25K account. Bullish on that 1 minute FEG. Like I said, but I've been saying it for the last like 2 hours. In my opinion, it's completely 50-50. I genuinely have no clear direction on what I think is gonna happen next. Evals are different. Evals I risk 1 to 2%. Deviations where to place them. I would not place them anywhere because there's no clean uh, second distribution leg, if you want to call it that. I was right. I was right being bearish, but I never taken the first move because I don't trust it. How should I fix? You want my honest answer? I don't think you were right to be bearish. That's my honest answer. Obviously, there was a very nice sell-off here, but I think that was just it. Just so happened to run lower. I don't think it was. Yes, should have been bearish. Um, my proof to you is look at YM, look at S&P 500, look what the market's doing right now. Yes, the market moved lower. Was it a time where you should have been like, yes, I'm bearish, it's going lower? No, you obviously weren't even convinced yourself, right? So don't beat yourself up about it. If there were things telling you like, nah, I don't know, like it's kind of bearish, but it's not to clean it, don't take the trade. If you have to ask me, I was bearish, but I didn't trust the move. You didn't trust the move because it was not clear. You know, don't beat yourself up about it. It's not okay. If you're scared of losing money, that's a different situation. But I don't think that's what's going on here. I think the move was just not that clear. And you saw it pan out, and you're like, damn, I was kind of bearish. But really, you just have to accept that. You know what? The move wasn't that clear. So I accept. If I miss it, I miss it. Unfortunately, it wasn't that clear for me. If it was clearer, I would have taken it. But it wasn't that clear. So I'm just going to miss it, and I'll come back next time when it's more clear. So I think that's what's going on. Top hat. Got your brother. I hope you have a good day. Yes, I'm gonna call it a stream here. Check gold. Okay, we'll answer that last question because he said please. You said gold 5 minute market maker buy model. I'd zoom out. Yeah, this is 100% a market maker buy. This is your original consolidation. That's your return to original consolidation right here. Then we speed off, take sell side, we accumulate, take the sell side, smart money reversal, low risk buy, first stage, and then likely get a second stage here, delivers quickly towards these equal highs. If you want a textbook perfect example of a market maker buy model, that's a great example. Please check my jury recap if you can. Send me a message on Discord. Anyways, I gotta go because I gotta prep the call for bootcamp. I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream today. Unsuccessful tape reads, but very successful day. I will see you guys live tomorrow for non-farm payroll. Last trading day of the week. Hopefully we can finish strong. I'll risk the profits on the week, so we definitely won't end the week in red, but at the very least we'll end break even or slightly green or slightly profit. So appreciate you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Take care. See you guys.